Hello and welcome to the Quever channel. I'm Jason, your host. I wanted to talk about Motability. Now, the Motability scheme is at motability.co.uk. Anybody could go to that site, any journalist, anybody who wants to know about it, actually know the facts, could go to that site and find out just how hard it is and expensive it is and for a disabled person. First of all, you have to get the advanced part of Motability, part of your PIP. This means that it's about £308 a month, or around about that, 77 odd pounds a week. And this part of the PIP is for you to deal with your mobility side, helping you to leave the house, helping you to do many things. It helps in a lot of ways. I don't get the advanced version. I get the standard version, and that's mainly because I wasn't willing to appeal when they finally gave me my my actual amount. I was exhausted and didn't want to go through the appeals to try and get the advanced. They said I should have got the higher, but for some reason I got the standard. Now, at that time, I looked into getting a car. I don't drive myself. I would have had someone else drive me around. But in the end, we went for a mobility scooter, and I'm glad I bought that out of my own money in the house by selling a few items. So that even if I lost my PIP, I'd still have my Quingo, my mobility scooter, which is a good thing. But anybody who wants to find out the truth can go to this website, and it makes it very clear that, first of all this bullshit about, they get a free car every 3 years. They get sports cars every 3 years. And teenagers who wet their bed can get themselves a BMW X1. Well, let's have a look at this. First of all, if I tick on suitable for drivers under 25, because they have certain conditions for anybody under 25 who is having a Motability fund. So let's click on that. Let's click on that here and see what's available. There's 36 models available. I don't see a BMW X1 or anything in there. No, because it doesn't fucking do that. No. Funny that, isn't it? Funny that. So it goes. Now, this thing about getting a car for free. You don't get a car for free. So let's quickly dispel that myth. Let's look at this. It says it here. Now, some of the early cars don't cost the full amount of your mobility component, but let's say I want a Dacia Springer. I'd have to give no advance payment, but £60 a week would go away from my PIP to pay for it. That would be £240 of my PIP goes away to pay for it per month. Not free. And as we go through here, we see that the price goes up. Once it hits £77, then it's the total mobility. Your entire mobility allowance, £308 per month, goes to the company, goes to the Motability scheme to pay for the car per month for 3 years. Now, you will notice here we are starting to see something called advance payment. And some of these cars are for different situations, like something like a Dacia Jogger. Dacia Jogger is an amazing car for disabled people because it's got really nice long wheelbase. It's got a really nice boot that you can put all the seats down. You can easily modify it so that it can be used for a wheelchair in the back. You can alter bits and pieces, taking out back the seats at the back and all those kind of things. It's very good for modifications. But depending on which one you have and your situation, you may have to pay £1,595 of your own money. They used to give you £750 towards something like this, or towards bits and pieces, but I don't think they do that anymore. But yeah, so now the further we go down, if we look at some of the more, that's a Peugeot 208. That's not a brand new car. That's not to the thingy. Pigeon Trade's a nice car though. Suzuki Swift, Nissan Juke, a lot of these cars you will notice they're 4 doors. They have a hatchback. A lot of them, there's lots of different ones because different people, might be young people, might be older people, might be people who need specific types of control system put into them and need a certain amount of space in the back. You might need to carry out a portable dialysis machine if you're going on holiday. You don't know. It's all for different things. But if you look down here, we can go into the Citroen C3s and you're noticing that nearly everyone you've got to pay. Now remember something as well. Here's the other fact. You don't get to keep this car. It's not yours. After 3 years, they take it back. You don't get the money that you put into it. You don't get to keep any of the adaptations, really. You have to give the car back and then they sell it on to in some scheme or whatever they thingy. But, I mean, we're now getting into the more expensive cars. Okay, the Scotia Fabia, nice. But look at how much money you've got to pay up front. So not only do you pay the full £308 odd per month, every month for 3 years, you don't get to keep the car at the end, and then you have to choose another car. And you don't get to say, oh, I want one of these cars. It all depends what's in stock and what's available. Now, if we go further down here to the... You'll see a lot of these are type of not skates, but they've got good thingy. One of the reasons that cars get put on this scheme is they've got a lot of space. Now, if we go, let's have a look for BMWs. There is some BMWs on here. I mean, you've got the Mazda CX-5, but you could pay up to £3,000 on top of your normal thingy too. And they don't give you money for that. $3,500 for that one. Mazda 2 hybrids. Look at this. Oh, you want a really nice, you want a Cupra Formentor, whatever the hell that is, I've never heard of it. But you could pay up to £7,000 up front. And then, remember, they can do minor adaptations to it for free. But, if you want anything massively done to it, to customize it for a wheelchair or anything like that, then you have to pay for it. And I know people who had to pay out almost £15,000 to convert a vehicle for use. I mean, there's some nice cars here, but look at the prices that you're having to pay. Look at the cost of it all. It's not free in any way, shape or form. I mean, the Ford Focus Estate, brilliant car. The size of it is brilliant for a disabled person. So some people disabled, like my wife was disabled, she had real trouble getting in and out of a car. Having a larger door space when it opened up and that, and seats that would go back and that, made a big, massive difference to her being able to sit. And the comfort of the car, you may think that, why would there be luxury cars on these things as well? Well, the thing is this. If you've ever been in a car that is a really nice car, like a Jaguar Sportsback, which has really comfortable seats, they are amazing for disabled people. Remember, a lot of disabled people have frail bone structure and issues and that. The same things that cause them to be in pain a lot when they're pushed around on a wheelchair mean that being in a car can be very painful. So having a car with a really fucking nice seating thingy and really good air conditioning, it can really make it better for them. But they have to pay for it. There is no such thing as a free car. Even the cheapest car in here costs the actual person out of their PIP £240 per month actual cash that will not go to them. So I just wanted to talk about this because It's really silly. It really is silly what we see in all this. The lies that are being put out by the government and by certain areas are so bad. The Motability scheme is an absolute fucking lifeline for some disabled people. Those cars, those vehicles that they never actually own, they don't get to keep, are a lifeline. And if they have a car and it can't do everything they need to, then they're out of pocket, because that money per month, a lot of people on disability prefer to have the money because the money gives them more flexibility. They can have taxis to places, they can use it for all different kinds of mobility aids, and that's all taken away if they have a car. And so please try to remember the Motability scheme and the mobility community are not free cars. It always makes me cringe and angry when I see it being spouted as proof that disabled people get to do everything you can't. So this is Jason for the Queber channel.